Between August 4th and August 25th, 2022, Mercury, the planet of communication, the planet that governs our thoughts, our mind, how we look at an environment and examine all of the contents of it, including the information that we're intaking. Mercury is also the planet of information. It's been in Leo from July 19th, July 18th, 19th, up until August 3rd. And it's definitely been a wonderful time to be very passionate and really take center stage and communicate all of your ideas and go after a material form that looks good and beyond the looks will be very, very successful and, something that we feel proud of in terms of that, someone that we feel proud of. And it's been a wonderful time to sort of put glitz and glam in various areas of our lives. But now Mercury is moving into Virgo, and this is pre-shadow period because Mercury is going to be moving into shadow sometime, into Virgo, and then it's going to move into Libra, and then begins yet another Mercury retrograde, where it's going to go back from Libra into Virgo, and then it's going to progress forward again, and then it's going to just move beyond into the further degrees of Libra, and then it'll move forward, and then it will have its retrograde again. But so when Mercury is in Virgo, just this is straight astrology, just in general, regardless of the Mercury retrograde season or not, regardless of the format of what Mercury is doing, the schedule that Mercury is going to be retrograding in an air sign or an earth sign, or starting an air moving back into earth like it's doing this year, or something else, because it usually chooses, like I'm looking at the year ahead, the numerology year and the mainstream year, which is, the calendar year, January 1st through December 31st. And Mercury is going, I'm going to pick out dates and I'm going to pick out placements because I want to teach people down there that they need help with this cognitive area of, blank, blank, blank. That is where you can fill in, what element that Mercury is moving through, what elements, fire, earth, air, water, and what signs. Because Mercury, retrograde isn't just on its own. The sign that it's in, especially if if it's a strong sign, like Mercury moving into Virgo, then possibly the effects of Mercury retrograde are going to be heightened, because Mercury in Virgo and, Mercury in Gemini, Mercury rules Gemini and Virgo, those are its ruling signs. And so they're very, very, Gemini and Virgo, very much intellectual signs, very stimulating, very interested in, information, ideas, collecting things. And being so into the little data, being so into the small things, because Gemini is very much about what's going on in the community, what's going on around you, and being very, very attuned and very mentally focused and curious on that. And of course, Virgo is very discerning, and it can be a picky kind of sign energy, where we can just pick out the little details, critiques, of a lot of things. And so Virgo is very much an energy about getting things right, making sure that you've checked things off the list, that you've got your um your cross the I's and the T's, and make sure that everything is shipshape. And that is, Mercury and Virgo, very attuned to the information needing to be right on. And, if you are an accountant, or if you are somebody, a dentist, or, a plumber, or, a cook, anyone who has big focus on details, a surgeon, a doctor, then this is going to be a wonderful time, because Mercury is your mind in Virgo, wonderful time to analyze things. And it is also a wonderful time to analyze the what out of things. And so that is where we all, just, collectively need to, back up and, be more open-minded, and know when to draw the line of, when should I stop criticizing, or when is this good enough, of not being overly particular. I was doing something this spring, last spring, where I analyzed a short film, and also analyzed several things, some short stories, and also one big film. And this is a wonderful time to, do that, to find the, flaws and things, but also, the positive things, judging and, examining and, pinpointing the, what's going well, what are the pros as well as the cons about this thing, and also to reframe the voices in your mind from judging you, like shoulda, woulda, coulda, I should have done this, I should have done that, I should have meditated more, read more, got outside more, worked harder, served the community more, been more ambitious, moved more step by step, whatever it is. That to look in the mirror, saying that I'm enough, and to come into acceptance of what is, and also being able to change what you can change. The serenity prayer. God, grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, courage to change the things that I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. In the late afternoon sunlight, after a day of working and getting all in your mind, to come back home within yourself and relax and accept whatever is, and know that there is beauty in the imperfections, that we live in a perfectly imperfect world, and balancing that energy out. So if you're working on something, being very ambitious, having a goal where it's sort of steps, and they say look into it's all in the details, and this is a great transit for getting into those little crevices of what's going on, and fixing that, reframing that, and making a product or a meal or something else that you feel really, really positive about, very good about, making the quality as best as you can make it. So that is Mercury and Virgo. Thanks for tuning in.